Hello, my name is Carla Alexander, and welcome to today's webinar, The Gold Mind. Earl Nightingale said the secret to success was right between our ears, and he was 100% right. We have the ability to change and manifest our energy from negative to positive, to bring forth abundance like so many of us want in today's life, whether it's more money, maybe it's just happiness, maybe it is a hobby, maybe it's to lose weight. I have no clue what it is. But the point is, we all have something in our life that we can always change for the better. There's always something. People often look for the quick and easy way to get to their level of success. Nobody wants to do the groundwork. And this is where the procrastination comes into place at. It's great at the starting line. At any new adventure, any new goal, any new thought that you think of, it feels so real in the very beginning. You think about it, you go out and you buy, supplies to support your goal. You're going to do all of these things, but then halfway through it, you stop. No more steam, no more moxie. And then you're like, well, damn, what do I do now? And we're faced with a lot of guilt. And we go through this time and time again. I am 100% to blame for this because I've done it in the past. But I'm going to show you how to break that pattern, to be able to actually get yourself into a structured state of mind so that you can progress from the middle to the goal. That's where we're at. And that's what the gold mine is about. We are in a creative, critical time where we can't depend on anything except our ability to think. This is the time where people who thought they weren't creative but yearn to write a book or direct a play, to come out of the shadows and into their true purpose. We're in a time where we used to think that it was impossible. Now it's possible. So I'm going to be asking you some questions, and I want you to be able to answer them as honestly as possible. Take your time. These aren't the type of questions that you're going to be able to answer right away, because these are the types of questions that need to be answered from the deep pits of your soul. These are the types of questions that you're not going to be able to answer right away because it's going to be a superficial answer. You're not going to mean it. I need you to mean these answers, because this is going to be the starting point for your blueprint on how to start going about changing your life. And I'm giving it to you. So just listen. If you're not sure on how I want you to answer these questions, don't worry. I'm going to use my life experiences as examples for you so that you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. I understand that a lot of people are very skeptical because nobody understands that procrastination can actually be just a very bad habit. And you can break it, because this is not the type of, let's say, habit that we're born with. It's kind of taught. And if you didn't have a great structure growing up and nobody really got on you about completing the tasks that you needed to complete, then it's a very real possibility that as an adult you're doing the exact same thing, because I did it for years. I stayed stagnated in one spot for a very, very long time because I was so scared to move in any direction that wasn't familiar for me. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to spend 10, 15, or 20 years trying to figure it out, because I've actually figured it out, and I'm here and I'm offering my services for you today so you guys can get an idea of what it was going to feel like to be emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually free from the day-to-day chaotic life. My first question to you: what is your secret to success? I know you're like, I don't know how to answer that. It's an easy question, because success isn't measured by the amount of material things that you have around you or the amount of money that you have in your bank account. Don't get me wrong, all of that is great. It's fabulous if you have it. But what happens if you were the type that was so hit by the COVID that not only did you lose your job, but it wiped all of your savings out? Then what do? You're not able to qualify for the unemployment. So let's just say, for this whatever reason, what is going to make you a success? Do you honestly think that what you have around you is going to make who you are? It doesn't. And I can tell you for a fact that I had to learn that the super hard way. You being a success is about what you do with your time, the efforts, and the gifts that God has given you. That will make you a success. Being able to get up in the morning, have a thought, breathe life into it, create something out of nothing makes you a success. And everything around you, all the added benefits, cars, the house, the money, the popularity, the fame, whatever it is that you're looking for, all of that is just an added bonus to you already being successful. So you got to start thinking about you, your individual space, who you are. Are you doing what you love? Because if you're doing what you love, then you are a success automatically. So the question is, what do you love to do? You have fitness, culinaries, or a singer or music industry. Like, what are your likes? There is so many different things that you can do out here that's going to make you happy. You just need to figure it out. And if you don't want to make your hobby or what you love to do your job, then don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still have the choice to decide how you want to live your life. It's going to impact you and how you're going to impact other people. It's up to you. You have to figure out what it is that you want to do. So, doing what you love and turning it into a business means you will work well past the hours of quitting time, because when you get to the point in your life when you're ready to have more, you're going to stop wanting to work on somebody else's dream. When you get up and you work those 9 to 5 and 9 to 6 hours and you're getting that cushy pension, that's great. But again, what happens when all of that is taken from you? What are you going to have at the very end? You need to think about that. So that's the reason why you have to answer these questions very, very, very patiently and thoroughly, because you need to understand where you're at and where you're going to go. If you are not happy when in your current situation and you're ready to move on, you're ready to get past that middle point in your life, then you're like, all right, what do I have to do? Open up to the universe and say, who am I? Show me who I am. I guarantee you, you're going to get your answer, because they always answer. As long as whatever it is that you are doing fuel you, it'll get you up in the morning and it puts you to bed late at night, then you're on the right track to being successful. If you can think of it, then you can achieve it. But to achieve it, you must first believe in it. Once you do that, once you find that one thing that you believe in most wholeheartedly, then there's nothing that anybody's going to be able to say, because the vision is already yours. You already see it. Nobody else has to see it. It's yours. You are going to come across your fears, because your mind is going to want to play it safe. And when you are doing something completely different and you're treading on uncharted territory, your mind is going to go into survival mode automatically. And it's going to sit there and tell you anything and everything under the sun to talk you out of trying to venture into the unknown. It's going to give you self-doubt. You're going to question your sanity on several occasions. You're going to wonder if you are doing the right thing. And you're going to often want to play it safe. You're going to think about the cushiony, side of life, as opposed to this unstable, uncertain side. But this unstable, uncertain side is yours. You can make it as stable and as certain as you choose it to be. You don't have to live a life of uncertainty if you don't want to. And if you just don't want to continue to get up and work for other people, and you need to be able to say, I got this, then that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get up and you're going to have to say, you know what? How do I go about getting this done? I can help you. I can help you. Because I've come up with so many new things. I've discovered so many new ways of being able to put any dream, any goal into motion. I cannot do the work for you, but I can help you put that goal in the right direction and slingshot it across to the finish line. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Where does it all begin? I don't mean you. I mean your story. Everyone has a story. It's important because I have a story. And my story is what brings me here today. My story is probably very common like other people. For me, it began when I stopped believing that I could be an actress. I can remember the day that my life basically just stopped. It just stopped. And no matter how many babies I had, During this time, no matter what I was going through, my life just stopped and I started just surviving my life. That is not, I don't think that's supposed to be normal. I don't think people are supposed to be living to survive their day to day. I think that we are meant to live our life to our fullest potential. And we get caught up with other people's opinion of us and how hard the work might become, because there's nothing that's going to be easy in life that's not going to be worth it. The one thing I wanted the most in my life was to entertain and make people feel better. And when I didn't accomplish that or even try, I spent the last 20 years in a state of depression, because everything after that point was a standstill for me. I couldn't get out of my own way to try and make something of myself. I didn't know how. I wasn't trained to have those type of skills set in place for me, so that as I became an adult, I can implement them in my day-to-day to be able to say, you know what, I got this, I can rock this, to have the confidence and the level of enthusiasm that I have today for my business. If I'd had this 20 years ago, I'd be a millionaire by now, a billionaire. But you know what? All things come to those who wait. Sometimes it's just not your time. And maybe, just maybe, it's your time if you're here with me today. It's your time. The problem that I was having was I was too scared to work for my dream. I can remember the phone call. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I got a phone call and there was a guy, an agent, who wanted me to actually come in and sit in a courtroom for the show, what is it? Special Victims Unit. And I wanted to go. I was excited because this was more than what I had been getting. You know, I'd been getting small parts here and there, you know, a little extra here, a little extra there. But this was me sitting in an actual courtroom. I was terrified. And you know what I did? I didn't go. I used my friend as an excuse as to why I couldn't go, because she couldn't go. Because at the time she had the kid, I didn't have any kids. But I allowed myself to use somebody else as an excuse, and that was my fault. And I regretted it from the moment I did it. Therefore, I am not going to spend another moment with any regrets. And I'm giving you the option to let go of whatever regrets you have. And I want to show you how to let go of your regrets. Because believe it or not, I am living my dream. I actually have enough confidence in myself to get in front of a camera to do videos. And I thought about it the other day, and I'm like, I am my own star. I don't need what I thought I needed when I was a little kid, because I still entertain people. I still make people feel better. I still make people laugh. And that's what my ultimate goal was. It might not be on the silver screen the way I've always wanted it to be, but it's okay, because God has a plan for me to do a little bit more. He wants me to be a little bit more intimate with my clients or my customers. He wants me to be more intimate with people that I can touch, people that really truly need me. And I'm okay with that. So am I living my dream? Hell yeah, totally. No regrets at this point, because I'm happy. I'm happy that I finally get to do it. I finally get to say, you know what? I have the decision. We are living in a day and age right now where you get to be your own superstar. You got to work for it the same way we all do, from the ground up, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. The point is, we still have to do it, but we are our own star. We are. So how am I not a success? How are you not already a success? If you already know what you want in your life, you're already a success. Now we just got to put it into motion. When I ask that question, where does it all begin? I'm talking about you and your story. Where does it start? Because being able to find the starting point of the negative behavior, the negative thought process, the negative bantering, whatever it is that you're doing, it has to come from somewhere. There has to be a root. Once we get down to the root of the problem and we acknowledge it, we can move that right on out the way, because now you've just made room for whatever it is that you need to do in your life. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Simple thought. Gold mine right here. Gold mine. Number 3, why aren't you happy in your present situation? Notice I didn't ask you if you were happy, because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm happy. You know, I got kids, you know, I got a great husband, I got a great house, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And if that's you, if that's what you have, if that is your immediate answer, then that's great. But if you're not like that, and deep down inside, you know, despite all the materialistic things and all the great people that are around you, you're still unhappy inside, then that's where I come into place at, because I understand that it's not about the materials. It's not about the children. You know, you have to have a purpose for yourself. You have to have something that gets you up in the morning. It can't be somebody else. It can't be because of, you know, of what you're expected to do. It can't be because you're expected to get up in the morning to cook and to clean and to do this and to do that. If that's not what you want to do, if that's not your life, then find something that is your life, something that you can do, something that's going to make you happy. There's nothing wrong with being a housewife. A lot of women just are very, very content with being a housewife, but you still need something for yourself, because when those kids grow up and get to be older and you're looking around like, what do I do now? You're going to be stuck. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. I did that. And I had to learn how to do everything on my own. Everything from learning how to work the computer to editing to production. Okay, I have to do lighting, I have to do makeup, I have to do it all, because there was nobody that was going to help me. I had to do it on my own. So all the knowledge and the tools that I have done to get myself from point A to point B, all for you. Easy. If you want to start your own business, if you're interested in getting a video out, if you don't know how to go about writing your first article, story, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, I'm here to help you, because I've already gone through it. So I can kind of guide you in the direction that you need to be in, and it's not going to cost you anything except that one fee for joining my program. That one fee. And you're going to get all of this. I know, it's amazing. I want you to truly ask yourself that question. How come you aren't happy? Because if you're looking for programs to try to better yourself, it's because you aren't happy in your current situation, and you recognize that. And you're saying, you know what? I'm going to take an active decision to change that. And you did, you know, POA. You know, everybody does a POA. That's what everybody has to have. People who are procrastinators need a POA. What's a POA? Plan of action. You need a plan of action. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you put together a plan of action so that you can stop being a procrastinator to being a proactive innovator. That's my goal. My goal is to get you out of your own way. Okay, so number 4. It's a very good question. How much do you plan on being worth by the age of 65? It's a good question, right? I never thought about it. I said this to my son. You know, I asked him that question, and he says, Mommy, we don't think past surviving. And he was absolutely right. And that was crazy, because that was the same conclusion that I came up with. And the fact that my son said the exact same words means that I'm already getting ready to repeat this generational curse. He's going to repeat it if I don't do something about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to change their mindset. I have to give them something else to shoot for outside of tomorrow. You know, we literally are surviving each day. And we never think about where we are going to be at when we're 65, 70. So think about that for a second. Because I know for me, I plan on being a billionaire. That's my goal. My goal is straight, because I don't want to deal with any state-funded, you know, facilities. If something happens to me, I don't want to be a burden to my family. I want to be able to have independence throughout the rest of my life. That's what I want. So where do you really want to be at 65? What is your game plan? Who do you want to be? Do you see yourself doing the same thing that you're doing right now by the time you get to be 65? Because if you've answered no, then you're definitely ready for that change. Girl, so happy for you. Okay. Guys too, you guys, okay. Number 5, who's stopping you from achieving your goals? I'm listening. This one is a no-brainer. This one you can pretty much answer yourself, because after all of these other questions, you should be able to answer number 5 with no problem. Because at the end of the day, nobody is a victim of their circumstances unless they choose to be. And if you're choosing to not put the blame on yourself, then you're not ready for my program. That means that you still have a little bit more growing to do, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. But I know that I need to have 100% honesty, because being able to acknowledge the fact that you are the reason why you're holding yourself back is the absolute first step. You cannot use anything else. I tried that. I tried to be a victim of my circumstances, and you know what it got me? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I was the whole, oh my goodness, I'm a single black mom with 5 kids. I'm on welfare. You know, the rest of the world is against me because they see me as, you know, this plight on the government. I'm not this, you know, I had all of these reasons why I couldn't do anything for myself. I had given myself permission to stay in that state of mind. Why did I do that? Because I didn't know that I could have something else. I didn't understand how to go and get that something else. I didn't understand that there were phases to life. You know, when you realize the idea, like I said before, being in love with your idea is great. It's like being in love with a person. That initial first few months, maybe you want to say, it feels great. It's euphoric. You know, I this is the one. I'm gonna marry them. Then maybe 6 months and a day, all of a sudden things just start changing, and you're like, what the heck? What happened? No, nothing happened except life. Now you just have to put the work in. Now the fun part is over. You have to put the work in. And that's when you get to the middle point in any project, goal, or passion. Once you get to your middle point, you do what we all do. You just stop. That's it. It's like, okay. You know, and you keep it pushing, and you find something else that will occupy your time and it'll make you feel good for a little bit, and then you get bored, and then you just stop. And then we do this repeatedly in our life. You know, we might look at the dishes and be like, I'll get to it later. And we don't wash the dishes. Or you might look at that pile of laundry and be like, I'll get to it later. And it just sits there for a week. These are the negative traits that we can pass on to our children. And this is what happened to me. And I got stuck in a world that wasn't my own, that didn't belong to me. And it was a struggle for me to find my path, to say, this is my life, this is what I want, and I'm taking accountability for this from this moment on. That's what I did. You have to take accountability for your life, to say, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this from X, Y, and Z from this moment on, because that's what you have to do in order to reach your goal. You're going to have to go past that midway point. You have to say, no matter how scared you get, no matter how hard life is going to get, because let me tell you something, life is going to get pretty difficult. It always does. The closer you get to your goal, the harder it's going to be. You're going to want to know why? Because you're being tested. We all get tested. This is what separates us from the rest of everyone else. The ability to get tested and to pass. Scared and all. If you're going to look for that fear to go away, it doesn't. You just have to learn to accept it, acknowledge it, and move right through it. That's it. Push on. Because you can do this. If it's what you truly want in your life, if this is what you really, really want in your life, you got to do it. That's why my program is going to be so great for you guys, because when you work one-on-one with me, you're going to get that support that you need. You're going to have that person in your corner who is going to help you step by step develop a new blueprint for your new way of life, to help you shed the old person and recreate this new person, this new love, this new person full of life and vigor and, you know, excitement for the world. This is who we want. We don't want to spend the rest of our life being angry and bitter and resentful. We don't have time for that. This is a new age. This is our time. This is our time. So we got to get out of our own way to be able to achieve what we need to be able to achieve. We have to. Number 6, vision it to see it all around you. Now, what does that mean? That means that, do you see your goal? Do you see where you are at 30 days from now? Do you see yourself in 45 days, in 8 weeks? Where do you see yourself in the future? This is a very, very important, and I cannot stress this enough, vital piece of information for you. So true. Scholars before me, masters before me have said this, and people are going to continue to say it. If you can envision it, you will see it all around you. If you want a new job, then start seeing yourself in that new job, sitting behind that new cushiony desk. Okay? Start decorating your walls. Start putting up different things. Start spending the money that you're going to be making towards different things that you want to do in your life. Start manifesting this energy into something real. It works. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. A year and a half ago, I used to pick my daughter up from high school, and I saw this one Infiniti. This Infiniti was so pretty. It was like a sky blue, silver blue, whatever it was. Gorgeous. I was like, I want that. But I didn't say anything. I didn't put anything past that point. It's like, oh, it's pretty. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to afford it. So what am I going to look at it for? I don't even need to put my energy into that. I'm never going to get it. I changed that. Because when you have nothing, you have nothing left to lose. And if the only thing I have is my imagination and my creative mind, then why not use that to make me happy? So I changed it. I decided, well, hey, you know what? I am going to afford it. I'm going to be able to get it. And I did this maybe about, I want to say, a few months ago. I just changed, just started looking at things differently. And when I started to notice that after a time, I started seeing this car everywhere. I am like, what the? I see it in different colors everywhere. It's in black, it's in blue, it's in brown. It's so pretty. It's, oh my God, I want it. Because I see it. I already see me behind the wheel. I see myself behind the wheel, my cushiony, leather seats, surround sound, TVs, foam, I see it all. I see what I need to be able to see to make it happen, because I know that car is going to be mine. It's going to be mine. It has to be. I've already put it out there in the universe. I'm willing it with my mind. I am willing it because I am that determined. I am that determined to change my life with even a simple thought that I will even go as far as looking for a car and saying, that's going to be my car. I already see my house in my mind, so I'm not worried about that. It's the little things that you need to be able to start changing. And when you start seeing the results of your change, of your positive thinking, that's going to give you some energy that you're going to be like, oh, I didn't know I had this. This feels like a cup of coffee. Because you're going to feel so ignited, so excited about tomorrow and what you could potentially have. It's like liquid cocaine. It just is. It's going to get in you, and you're not going to know anything else other than your goal that you want to be able to achieve in life. Projecting, envisioning what you want in life, new relationships, new cars, new house, new money, new this, new that, whatever, new purse, whatever. Envisioning it is going to bring it to you. Now, I know you're going to say, well, that's kind of stupid. It might be for a person who doesn't know how to believe. Who doesn't believe? There's a lot of people that have no belief in anything. You'd be surprised. But anyway, again, what I say to you, if you can think of it, you can achieve it. But in order to achieve it, you first must believe in it. It wasn't always like that. I didn't always have hope because hope was painful for me. Hope was very painful for me. When I was little, my mom, she always had these great, great ideas about how we weren't going to be struggling anymore. We weren't going to be hungry. We're going to have a stable place to live. I could have a pony, my sister could have a bike. Like, we could have all of these things. Like, she fed us hope because she believed it. She believed that she could do it. But the problem was she didn't change the strategy. So the hope was never the problem. It was being able to implement a structured POA to be able to make those dreams happen. I stopped believing. I stopped caring because I didn't stop caring. I stopped hoping that I could have anything other than what I had because of what I've already been through. My entire childhood was like that. My mother was always like, okay, you know what, with this plan or with this get rich quick scheme, I'm going to be able to buy you this, or I'm going to be able to buy you that, or I'm going to buy you this, I'm going to buy you that. You can't do that to children who are struggling. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that to children in poverty. You can't give them hope and then not come through. It's hard because then what happens is it takes away their ability to be able to have hope for anything. And that's what happened to me. I just stopped believing that I deserved anything because she couldn't make it happen. We didn't see the end result. There was no middle to the end. It was just the beginning to the middle. And it took me a long time to be able to understand that hope is vital to your life. It just is. Because again, when you have nothing else in your life, that is the one thing you have, and nobody can take that from you. There's no words that anybody can say. There's no bills that are going to be as high to take away your ability to hope for yourself. Period. I always tell my clients, listen, don't get so caught up with what other people say about you that you lose sight of who you need to be. In other words, don't let anyone else's opinion become your fact. It's just words. It's not going to mean anything. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the ability to hope and dream and to make it a reality. It's all on you. That's what this is about. This is about being able to get to the point in your life where you're like, I am so sick and tired of struggling that I just need to do something different. Now, I wish there was a lifestyle coach around for my mother to teach her a structured plan of action so that she could stop making the same mistakes, so that we could finally have a stable life. We didn't have a stable life. We didn't have a stable life until I was able to purchase my first apartment with my third child. I was pregnant with my third child when I was offered the opportunity through the Section 8 program in New York City to buy my apartment. So I already was working on baby number 3 when I finally got myself into my own place, my own stability. And let me tell you what happened. Even after that, my mother still couldn't hold on to what she had, and she ended up losing her apartment. And my sister, thank the Lord for her, was able to save it and purchase the apartment, and my mom was able to stay there. But other than that, my mom wasn't going to be able to stay there. So she hadn't learned her lesson. She spent her entire life like that, and I don't want to spend my life like that. I am choosing to break that generational curse. I'm choosing not to live her life. I am choosing not to continue on in those shoes. That's not my path. And if you are out here and you're saying that you feel like you're living the life of someone else and you're not happy, then break it. Break the cycle. Because most likely, if you feel like it's not your life that you're living, then it's not. It's somebody else's. And you got to be prepared to fight for what you want. You're going to get a lot of opinions, a lot of naysayers, and people are going to think that you're insane. But it's your life and you have to live it, which means you got to be happy. Because being happy in your life throughout the chaos of COVID and, uncertain times, the economy not being what it used to be, travel bans, new types of antibiotics coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are all of these things that you could definitely be angry about and sad. And why, though? Why do we need to be sad about this stuff? Why? Why is it that people have to be angry? Why do we have to give in to the fact that things are not working out? Why do we have to do that? It's not written that we have to be angry all the time. It's not written that we have to give in to, life's curveballs. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. But we can learn how to roll with the punches and maintain a level of inner peace that nobody can touch, no matter how much they try to pull us out of our character. And we know we got a couple of them, a couple of people out there that's going to try you. What? We know, but we don't pay them any mind. Number 7, the last question. When should you join my community? You're like, when should I join? Join when you are ready to truly look at yourself. You're going to put the work in. I'm going to hold you accountable because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you get out of your own way and into the creative mind that you so desperately want. Because I know the feeling. I've wanted it for so long and I was just so scared of everything. I just didn't do anything. And I'm past that point in my life. I don't want to spend another 20 years in the shadows wishing that I could be somebody who has enough confidence to make a video and get up there, or somebody who feels comfortable enough making crazy, goofy faces without worrying about people thinking about she ugly, or damn, she got a big nose, or wow, her forehead. I don't worry about superficial images anymore. I don't care about that because my message doesn't come in a pretty neat package. We don't. We're not pretty and neat. We are rough around the edges and we need to be polished. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you polish who you are. That's it. And my community can help you do that. Being a part of my community means access to all of my webinars. They are not made public. So they're going to be for you to learn from, to grow from, and hopefully to achieve your goals by being able to utilize the tools that are going to be at your disposal whenever you want. Not to mention that if you check out my blogs, I have a variety of categories. And if you're into wanting to do videos, if you're into wanting to write something, maybe something like a recipe, but you just don't have the confidence, well, that's what the community is there for. The community is there for you to be able to put whatever you want up there, because you get to decide who gets to see it and who doesn't. But it's good practice. It's good practice to get the fire burning, to see what it looks like, to be able to get feedback from other people to say, you know what, you got some good work, or hey, that recipe was off the chain. The point is getting the support that you need to build up your confidence to be able to move forward. Because this right here, my program, I Can't, You Can, is just the start. This is just the start of the rest of your life. You can do it. We all can. Buying my program. Yes, you get access to me, duration of the program. Also, let's not forget the fact that one-on-one sessions, I will always be here for you. That's a given because you're my family. You've come to a place where you can feel warm, safe, and nurtured because I'm going to nurture you. I'm going to help you get to where you need to be at. Best believe that. Whether I have to come with you to the gym, I will help you do that because you guys know I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified chef. These are the things that I have expertise in. These are things that I've spent years developing skills for. Don't ask me why I don't want to do it professionally, because that's just not my thing. But if you're local and you're joining my program, then guess what? You're going to be seeing a lot of me because I'm going to hold you accountable to whatever it is that you want to do in your life. You're not going to have any excuses. So when should you join my community? When you're truly ready to hold yourself accountable for your life, because there isn't going to be any hand-holding over here. I'm here to get you where you need to be at so that you can move on to the next level. Whatever that level is will depend totally on you. Now, another visualization. See these pictures? Do you see how beautiful these places are? These are one of the few places in the world that have been put on the map as some of the most beautiful places. And I'm going to go to one. I'm going to Italy. My daughter went to Italy and she loved it. I'm going to Italy and I'm going to live my best life. This is my goal. But I wanted to share these pictures with you to give you an idea of what you can have in your life if you put your best foot forward. You can have Milan, Greece, Italy, Paris. You can have whatever you want. You have to envision it. You got to be able to see it. You got to be able to breathe life into it. Because when you do that, you're unstoppable. Nobody's going to be able to tell you cannot do this. Nobody's going to be able to say you're too old for this. Nobody's going to be able to tell you anything. Why? Because this is your life. You can do whatever you want. Remember that. That is our biggest problem with the gold mine. The gold mine doesn't always remind us that we can have, that we can. So I'm going to show you how to structure your thought process to gain control over your mind, to start thinking with your heart so that these two can work as one. And when these two work as one, you are in harmony with yourself. You are balanced, you are structured, you are well-grounded. That is my plan. That is what I've done to make myself successful. And that is what I'm going to do to help you become successful. I'm going to teach you all of the things that I had to go through the very, very hard way. So I'm making it easy for you. I'm telling you, some of these stories are crazy, but I've already put everything together for you so that you can get an easy way of being able to get from point A to point B. Because the struggle is real. It's hard as heck. It's hard. And there was a few times that I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to make this. I'm not going to be able to do this. But I said, nope, I know I got this. I just have to believe in myself. With that type of level, with that type of determination within me, there's nothing I'm not going to be able to achieve. At this point in my life, moving forward, my success, my happiness, and my benefits are going to depend on how much I put this to work. So I am going to be we're going to go over this. If you're seeing my video now, then that means that you are really ready. So I would love for you guys to join me for my live webinar, The Gold Mine. I'm going to be doing it September 24th. I am going to send out an email. If you guys haven't already gone to my website and joined, please do so, because I would hate for you to miss this. I would love for you guys to get on this call with me so that we can talk about the gold mine, talk about, what it is that you truly want in your life, and let's see if we can't get you on the right path. I am excited. I am super happy for you. Thank you very much for taking this time out to listen to this 47-year-old female who just wants to spend her life helping other people. That's my goal. And if I can do it, you can do it. If I didn't believe in myself or in my ability to be able to help anybody, this video wouldn't even be a factor. I'd still be somewhere else in the shadows wishing that I could do better. And that's not me anymore. So if that's you, don't worry about it. I'm going to bring you out those shadows. We're going to do some crazy things. We're going to have some fun. But remember, you got to believe in yourself. You got to change that thought process from, I can't do it, to, I can. I got this. No problem. I got this. And that's what I'm going to teach you. This is Carla Alexander with It's Never Too Late. I hope that you guys take your time, look over your questions so that when we talk on Thursday, hopefully you will be there and you can ask me all types of questions and we can get down to the nitty gritty. And then don't forget, you can also schedule your free call before then. If you're interested in having a couple of, questions answered before the call before the webinar on Thursday. But it'll be Thursday at 6. And I will definitely be putting all types of advertisements out there all week long. Also, the program is only going to be on sale until the end of this month, because then it's going to go back to regular price. So I'm trying to get you guys, it's fall, or it's autumn, the weather is changing. Now is a perfect time to get creative because it's going to get cold. Mama needs some meat. So my program, 30% off. I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. And I hope that you live your life fat. You know what you like? What do you mean? Fat. PHAT. I always say this. It's my little acronym, my little affirmation that I say every day so that I can stay well grounded. And the PH is for, F. So it's feel good about yourself. The most important thing. You got to feel good about yourself. You got to wake up and say, you know what? I rock this. I am damn beautiful. Or I'm so handsome. You got to be your own champion. I believe that wholeheartedly. Then you have H, which is helping others. Help others whenever possible. The best medicine in the world is being able to make somebody else's day better. And I know that some people don't seem to understand the concept behind giving, but there's some serious power behind that. Some serious great karma that comes with being able to give of yourself when you have nothing left to give. A, always laugh even through your pain. Of course, you can't keep crying about it, whatever the problem is. So you might as well laugh about it. Don't take it to heart. Always laugh even through your pain. It's important to laugh. It's important. It's important. And this is the reason why I do my videos, because I'm funny. And I know I am. And I know other people might think I am too. So if I can make one person laugh, then I've done my job. And then you know what? T, thank God every single day for what you have. Of course, this is a no-brainer. You got to thank the higher power for what you have. It doesn't matter what it is. Be grateful for the smallest tasks, the daily tasks that happen, the smallest blessings that come your way. Just be thankful. Just show the universe that you are in tune, that you are humbled, that you are ready to receive whatever gifts the universe has to offer you. Because when you have the mentality to give to others, you're good. You are so good. You're going to be taken care of. God will see to that. Again, thank you. Have a great evening, and I hope to see you guys on Thursday.